Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Super Sign Sunday. We start a new week. Oh my, every time a new Sunday comes, it's as though, wow, again. And it's that realization that life is going to pass us by regardless. And the longer we wait to live it, the longer we wait in fear to live it, the less there is left to live. We're all going to die. But so few of us ever actually make the choice to live. Welcome, Goddess. If you are new to my channel, my name is Rachelle Richard. And here at Empowerment Experiences, we look for and find our power all along that which is this self-love empowerment journey. We talk about twin flames, of course. We talk about law of attraction. We talk about shadow work, ascension, trauma. We talk about it all because we are many-layered and multifaceted. Therefore, we look for all the ways to find our power along this journey here at this channel. And a lot of that comes from my sharing my journey with you. And of course, just sharing the wisdom that I have come to know from some pretty dark spaces in this world. Yeah, words don't teach. Only life experience. And that's very much what so many of us, well, all of us, really, are being forced to finally see. That by us staying in these states of being, of fear, of blame, of shame, of guilt, of regret, we just create more of it. And before we know it, life is gone. I would rather jump out of the plane with that parachute, of course, only to pull it and it not work, than to never have not jumped and said, fuck it. I'm choosing to ride this ride to the fullest. I'm choosing to be alive in this which is my life that I am here to live. It's been a space this morning, Goddess, this Saturday morning. It's been a space. I've been processing through so much. Again, all the landmines that come up along the journey of manifestation. But you've got to ask yourself, if today were my last day, what would I actually regret? What would I wish I would have done? How would I wish I would have lived? What would I wish I would have chosen to believe, to perceive as my reality? What would I like to have been remembered for creating here? How would I like others to remember me? I didn't realize all of that was going to come, but again, there's been so much coming up today and so much being processed. Yesterday was a wonderful day in the sense of doing all these things and taking action toward my vision. This morning, it's the landmines, the potholes. How do you think this is going to work? All the hows, right? The ego is having a heyday this morning. But all of that is calling me to grow stronger in my own self-love and in my own power, to choose what I give my attention to choose that I would rather live my life. And I mean, it is a risk to be alive. I mean, because you're still gonna die. I mean, I laugh at the absurdity of where we are in this world right now. And I just got 444 on the phone, on my ticker here, my little clock. Yeah, that said, after picking up the device and getting ready for this recording, to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4, 4. How interesting that it was 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then the 3 4s, right? Let's have a look-see, shall we? And let's see what this is telling us. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, anything that comes in sequential order like that is step by step, all right? Something that when I had severe anxiety, when I had my major mental breakdown, all right, of breaking down the walls of the illusions of myself, right? All these things that we thought we were that we weren't. That's that initial complete breakdown of everything that you think you are, but you are certainly not. I developed this whole mantra of just baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. I would say to myself. And that's what, very much the 1, 2, 3 energy is about, is starting at the very beginning, just getting back to the basics, getting back to the fundamentals, and just breathe, right? Breathe. Clarify and focus on who and what you desire, who you desire to become. That's why these questions came up at the beginning of this message today. And it's go back and play them again, write them down, and actually journal these questions out, Goddess. There's a reason things come through in these empowerment messages or intuitive readings. I love to call them empowerment messages because the intention is always to empower, to bring forth a message of empowerment. It is time to simplify, unbusy yourself. Too many things drain your energy, right? It is time to really evaluate your life and anything, again, that is not in alignment with the life that you desire to be living or who you are, what you want to be remembered, what you want to experience here, anything. It's time to really start to let that go once and for all, right? This is the process of releasing attachment, and attachment is being so amplified right now. I broke one of my favorite necklaces this last week, and I had, oh my goodness, I had the biggest meltdown. And this thing was maybe $15, $10. It was a closeout sale. I forget even the name of the place. Something Charlie's, or I don't even remember. But I hardly ever get to wear this necklace because of the colors and such. But I did, and oh my goodness, when it happened, I had such a meltdown about it. And I was determined to fix it. And oh my goodness, I was gonna go to all these great, and by the end of the day, it wasn't even real metal. It wasn't even, but man, the meltdown that I had, right? But all of those breakdowns are breaking down the bullshit, the beliefs, the attachments, so we can break through into expanding our true selves into this world, really fully becoming who we are without all of this stuff that we carry around with us, that we need, that we feel so attached with. And this coming from someone who is working so hard to minimize her life down to 2 suitcases and to carry on, okay? Craziness, crazy exciting though. Surrender to the turbulence and change in life, right? Things have to crumble so that new can be built in its place. And this is exactly what has been happening, is the old is falling away, this attachment to the things that have been keeping you from living your life, these fear-based attachments to beliefs, to perceptions, to stuff about your divine masculine, about relationships, about men, about what your life is supposed to look like. All of these things are being amplified right now. And so you're being asked to take it step by step. It is time to, just as I said, to evaluate your life, right? Clean up your love life, delete and shift negative thoughts, beliefs, feelings, so that you can align with what you desire. So that was 1, 2, 3, step by step. And then you are not alone, right? You have amazing power within you. Clear the blocks and take inspired action for your vision, which the process of clearing the blocks is really looking at your shit. What are you attached to? What are the things that are weighing you down, that are keeping you from being fully vivacious and vibrant in your life and living your life unabashed and just saying 2 teardrops in a bucket? Fuck it. I am a free and sovereign being, and there is nothing and nobody that can take that away from me. I get to choose who I am. I get to choose what happens to my body. I get to choose the people that I hang around. I get to choose where I come and go to. I choose because I am a free and sovereign being, birthed with inalienable rights. We each have the free will. Choose to live or, to not. And that's something that we do in this twin flame connection, is that fear. That fear that, oh my God, if I let go, then he's gone. And I have to focus on my life. What if I create something and all of a sudden he appears, and we, for a while, we go through a phase in this twin flame journey where we are being forced to release the ego attachment to our counterpart, that, oh my God, my life I can't live my life. I'm afraid to live my life because, oh my goodness, I might miss something. I might miss him. I might mess it up and then I'll never be with him. And so what happens is you deny the world your light. You deny yourself your joy, your happiness, your life, by putting it on hold out of fear. But you are the only one that can break free from that. By really looking and saying, wait a minute, I get to choose my amazing life, and therefore what amazing can I allow for myself to be creating and thus experiencing in my life, regardless of what he's doing. And this is very much where a lot of my tribe goddesses are right now, is finally reaching this point. There's even been some talk about how, I can't take all the talk about the everybody talking about their DMs in the group, and I get it. I get that trigger at times when I'm have been going through my own healing parts of this twin flame journey, because I may be a self-love empowerment coach, sister, but I'm telling you this journey it's not easy. It's become more easeful, and I'm very to say that I'm stoked about the vision I'm creating is an understatement, okay? And this vision doesn't require my counterpart to be a part of it. And it's amazing. And this is exactly what I desire for you in your experience, is to get to a space and place where you recognize that you can move on with your life. And by move on, that is to say that you cultivate your joy. You create your experience, regardless of what he may or may not be doing or saying. Because it is about breaking the cycles, goddess. And here's the thing, I can very much see, as I've mentioned in the goddess tribe, that, when your counterpart comes back and shows you that he has not changed, that he hasn't been doing the work or integrated the work that he's been doing, whatever it is, and he's still stuck in these toxic cycles, that means you have the responsibility to yourself and this connection to say, no, you do not get to come at me this way. You don't get to bring your toxicity to me, because guess what? You are showing me that you, right in this moment, have not changed. But I'm showing you that I have. And that means that I am choosing to be done with these cycles with you. You do not get to come back and have an attitude or be in your toxic addictions, in your toxic spaces, and think that I'm going to continue to allow that into my experience. It's done. It's about breaking out of any cycles that keep you from fully living your life to the fullest, and catering and worrying about your divine masculine or working to be their savior, or to help heal them, or to constantly be making those excuses. Yeah, they're your twin flame, but they are the absolute then last person that you can be allowing to mistreat you, because it still shows you mistreating you. So if he comes back and he's acting in those old cycles, you have to show yourself and him that yes, you have changed. And remember, goddess, you shift, he shifts. So if you're really ready for these cycles to be broken, this is the thing, is to be done with them. And if that means to you yourself embrace a time and space of physical separation, knowing that you are holding space for him to purge out these cycles just as you have, and now you're implementing the change by saying, I'm done. Because I'm choosing to live my life in a higher vibrational state. I am choosing to no longer be in fear, and I'm not afraid of losing you by saying no to you and not allowing you to come at me in this way. I'm done. I am not attached anymore. I know we are connected, and that is why I know I can say no more, because this, done. You are the catalyst, goddess. You are the catalyst. And as we know, you are the leader in this connection. So lead, holy moly. Yeah, cards jumping everywhere. So this is what I'm saying, take the action. Take the necessary action to break these cycles. Really allow yourself to see and accept for yourself. This is why I say, and I remember a couple weeks ago where in a moment of trauma, shall we say, I unblocked my counterpart going, oh my gosh, but then, but I don't want to hurt his feelings, and I don't want him to think that I've abandoned him. And it's like, whoa, sister. And however, I let it be. That was when he ended up calling me, and I was in my high vibe space, and he showed me, he didn't just show me, he told me that he hadn't changed. When he said to me, after again weeks of no communication, he actually said to me, you haven't changed. And it was like a switch. It was not like, it wasn't him. It was totally this ego. And anyone who drinks alcohol, they open themselves up to spirits. That's why alcohol is called spirits. Okay. It was like this instant shift. And we know that the evil darkness, whenever I reference darkness like this, I mean the evil within the darkness, that which seeks to destroy the light, right? To destroy the light. That's exactly what it felt like. And we know that that is doing that to twin flames. That's why there's so much misinformation and disempowering information going on in the community, not just in the twin flame community, but in just the light worker community altogether. It's very challenging, and this is why I'm very, very discerning as to who I collaborate with or bring into to coach with my clients or my audience, right? Is being very discerning here, going, no, it is about being done, with these low vibrational, connection corrupting, sabotaging cycles. And that means to, again, take the action necessary. Because here's the thing, this is why all those self-reflecting questions came up at the beginning of this, is because you've got to be having greater and greater clarity as to who you are, what you're about, what lights you up, you know, where you stand. Because it is true, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's definitely a thing, right? And that's also as well, if you don't stand for your twin flame connection in the space of saying, you don't get to tell me who is or is not my counterpart, and any other thing that encourages me to give my power to you. Because guess what? My power belongs to me. And only I can know the truth of myself and my journey and my twin flame. It is, again, about you reclaiming your power, coming back home to you. This is what it is to come into union with yourself, is to reunite with your power, the truth of you. And that is the very thing that leads your counterpart. And I know that right now there is this space of, again, one of the phases in the twin flame journey is you reach a point where you don't even want to hear his name. You don't want to talk about twin flames anymore. You just want to pretend it doesn't even exist. Oh, sister, I've been there. And after I got into this healing twin flames thing, because I started just sharing my journey, right? Holy moly. And I'm so grateful for me, though, that I know my purpose. It's just been modified a wee bit, tweaked, you know, it's got now a twin flame flair to it, whereas it was strictly self-love empowerment. Now it's, again, a healing twin flames dynamic to it. So I'm grateful that I have that for myself to, you know, kind of immerse myself in. However, that does not mean at all that I'm not going and growing through this twin flame journey with you. I'm just grateful that I have the self-love empowerment aspect to back me up along, and to know that this is the way to really loving yourself, is having those boundaries with yourself, goddess, and respecting them. And this means to not let anybody, especially your divine counterpart, to throw you off. And that includes when you are processing through this space of saying, I don't want to think about them, I don't want anything to do with them. It's learning to accept and embrace that you can't just erase something from your mind. It's not like a hard drive that can be formatted. I mean, technically you could. People get amnesia. It happens. It's not impossible. However, the more you push against it, the more you push against anything in that regard, within yourself, from within yourself and within yourself, is the more you create a struggle for yourself. Rather, it is pivoting and saying, I feel like I don't want to focus on him. I don't want to do. However, I know that my power isn't in making myself forget about him because I'm still focusing on him. Rather, it is, what am I creating for myself? What am I cultivating within myself that is growing that love, that garden of love within me, that garden of positivity, that garden of joy and compassion, and all of these beautiful goddess things that you are. That's where your attention goes, because that's the miracle. And that's when you recognize that you are a miracle, that's when you witness miracles. That's setting your point of attraction. It's no different than embodying abundance or embodying union. It is an energetic state of being. It's a vibration. it's a vibe, girl. It's a vibe, right? So recognize that you are the miracle, and miracles will reveal themselves to you, meaning you will be able to see what you are setting your point of attraction to, where you are tuning to. This is why, again, you don't want to be tuning to this anymore. You're done with these toxic cycles. And it's not just with your divine counterpart, it's in every area of your life. Really take stock of your life. Are you being uplifted by this situation, this individual, or are you being weighed down? It's time for some spring cleaning, but we're doing it in the fall. Okay? So listen to your intuition, right? Listen to it. Goddess, trust me when I tell you that even though I admit that my ego likes to say, oh, my intuition makes me so angry sometimes because it led me there and I'm mad at, like going to India, accepting my twin flames friend request. Ooh, my ego has had a heyday with that whole thing. Talking about how the intuition steered me wrong and it was so much pain and oh, it's so horrible. Well, it's kind of like, ego, you have not been my friend for a long time. You've created misery for us. Misery. And I'm done with it. The intuition, your intuition, is going to lead you through the forest, through the darkness, and into the light. Because it is the light. This is you. Your true self. Your higher self. Your soul self. It knows the way. With the ego lives in that fear and doesn't want to listen. It wants to go, oh my God, there might be death over there. But guess what, ego? You're surrounded by death. You're going to die. So accept it and let's live. Let's live. 2 teardrops in a bucket. Fuck it. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Life is definitely supposed to be lived, and Goddess, having that patience with yourself as you process this, right? As you, especially when you are breaking these cycles and you want to fall back into them for a moment. The ego is so, the ego entices. The ego is manipulative, coercive. I mean, we live in an ego-driven world. This is why coercion is so prevalent. Like it's a major theme on the planet, coercion right now. But right now, it's time to just have patience with yourself. Be patient and acknowledge that all of this temptation to lure you back into these old cycles, lure you back into going, oh, but I don't want to abandon him and I want to be there for him and why isn't he paying all these things? No. It's time to just be in this moment. Let yourself feel through that and let that energy be released, because it's residual. I mean, obviously, as I've said, when I first blocked him 4 weeks ago, when I was going to, I can't do this anymore. He's just really toxic. And then I thought things had changed, just like I had done with my mother. I had done so much work on myself. However, they still have to be doing work on themselves as well for it to really take root. But this time, it's actually been a lot easier. Because I recognize that it's because of these. It's because of the cycles. It's not healthy. And when we continue to do the same thing expecting a different result, that is insanity. I'm not talking crazy talk. I mean, I'm talking insanity. Like, there is a major and complete disconnect there. Right? If you want different results, Goddess, you have to do different things. You have to be of a different vibration. You have to emit a different frequency to attract different experiences. And this includes, of course, from your divine counterpart. Because if he's coming at you from, it's because you still have, and I know I do, subconscious patterning about him and or about men or relationships in general that you must address. And so that's why right now, it's about you focusing on where your power is, focusing on what you're creating, while at the same time acknowledging, observing, and really seeing these landmines going off, so that you can see what stories you need to be rewriting to really, now that you're like, nope, I got it. Personal space, personal energetic space. Now clear out, take that action to really clear out these old stories, these old narratives, this old energy, this toxicity, cleanse it out. Be grateful for this perceived time of separation. It's only a physical separation, which is all ego, right? Remember, it's connection. Right? It's connection is what you have with your counterpart, a soul connection. So I'm really intrigued. Yeah, let's just have a quick look-see. It's been a moment, I think, since I've done a longer video, although I can't be too sure. So here's the thing, Goddess, you are strong enough. You have been training for this for lifetimes. It is, oh my goodness, look, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Warrior woman, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? And fill up your well. It's all focusing on the power within you, right? That is where this power is, to break these cycles, to, again, tap into this energy, this miracle energy that is you, and therefore perpetrate, in fact, facilitate, even coordinate perhaps certain miracles, being a conduit of this energy that flows through you. Because that's what it is. You are this unconditional source, love, energy. That's your true essence. Anything that tells you that, and anybody that tells you that you're not worthy or you're not good enough, all these things, no. Yeah. This warrior woman card is really kind of screaming at me right now, especially again with where this message started today, of living your life, being totally unafraid. Fear is of the ego, and fear, fear can be disguised as love so easily, as it's being done. For the love of others, put this poison in your body. Because you love your neighbor, do this for them. What? No, it's more like because you are afraid of the inevitable of others, the inevitability, do this to yourself. It's just so mind-blowing. Because again, when you understand the emotional frequency scale, fear is down here at 100. Love is up here, it's at 500. And empowerment is in the love category. Life, living life freely and fully, that's in the love category. That's a love for life, not a fear of death. And the ego uses this perception of fearing its death or demise through things even such as not being accepted, or that people-pleasing thing, especially with even our counterparts, in not breaking these cycles. Literally respecting your own boundaries to say no. You either come at me right or you don't come at me at all, because I love me more. And I'm finally in that place where I'm strong enough to say that, because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of losing you. I'm past that now. I've healed that attachment aspect. I know we're connected. So as I say, farewell, my love, farewell for now. I'm taking you with me. So that said, Goddess, let's, if you are not interested in hearing what the Divine Masculine energy has for us today, then now would be the time to call it. I know there are some goddesses who are just finding it mighty challenging. And like I said, if that's where you are in your journey, I respect that. I honor that. I have been there. I have been there, sister. I feel you. So you do you, because that's what loving you is all about. You being able to say, no, I'm done for now. I'm going to go and sit with myself and meditate and focus on me and what I'm creating, the cycles that I'm breaking, and really see the power within me and the miracle that is that power, and that is me. Be honing that intuition. As for those goddesses, who are sticking around to hear what our Divine Masculines have to say right now, because I know, like I said, mine's on block. I mean, he's so deep in his traumas, his toxicity still, and isn't seeming to want to let go. I'm like, it's good. I'm good, because it's again recognizing that one of the toxic cycles is allowing for him to come back while he's still in toxic cycles, right? And saying, no, miss me. So right now he is in the midst of a change. And we know, it gets painful, it gets ugly. We have the dragonfly, but I'm thinking also of the butterfly. So we have the dragonfly spirit. I'm intrigued here. Dragonfly spirit. It's been a minute since number 12, not page 12. It's been a momentito since I have read out of the book. Let's see here. This card is letting you know that it's all right to change directions. It's okay to change your mind. This is time to put the traditions and expectations of others aside. Feel free. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Really, very much, this dragonfly spirit is showing us that he is working to break free. Just as you are really showing that you have changed by breaking these cycles and not allowing him to bring that to you, he notices. And this is something that is inspiring this change within him, because he knows he has to, or he doesn't get to be a part of your life, Goddess. It is true, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I literally just heard that in my mind. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Because you see how, if you're constantly doting over him and you're in that trauma space, that wounded space of wanting to caretake him, then how is he able to really truly expand into his power? He has to do this on his own, just like you have been doing it on your own. And when I say on your own, I mean, yes, with whatever support you allow yourself to receive, however, knowing that only you have the power within you to go within you and create this change. And this is very much what he is being forced now to confront, because you're done. You thought you would never be done, but you are. Wow. So we have miracles. You looking to see the miracle in you so that miracles can really begin to unfold in your experience. Same with him. He has undoubtedly been in a space of not recognizing his own magic, just like you. I mean, this is this mirroring effect that we have. We're not focusing on our true divine essence. And that, in that essence and of that essence, is the twin flame connection. So while he's going through these changes, coming to know the magic of his own self, he then is going to be able to witness the magic of you. He's going to be able to go, oh my gosh, that was so like how everything happened. And he's really going to have this opportunity to reflect, just as you are being called for the same. Okay, again, this twin flame mirroring right now is absolutely incredible. How, as he is transcending, this is incredible here. Change, magic, transcending. The divine masculine is in a very deep healing space right now. You cut him off. You're calling your energy back, goddess, which means he is being forced to go within himself to find his power, to connect with his energy within him, because you've cut him off from yours. He can't come back at you with his toxic behaviors and suck off of you. This is, again, also the empath and energy vampire dynamic within the twin flame connection. Because we are here to transmute that as well, in the respect of empaths growing stronger in their gifts, being able to go into battle, so to speak, with energy vampires, to not live in a state of fear, right? But rather to live empowered, unafraid of energy vampires. And this means to be able to break, to acknowledge and to break, to transmute, to transcend, to shift, to integrate whatever needs doing of this energy vampirism, these cycles, these habits, these beliefs, these behaviors, all these things, to be able to recognize them and to be able to say, nope, I'm not having that. I'm not a point of attraction for that, right, goddess? This is helping you to grow stronger. So we have this dynamic in this connection, because you better believe he's an empath too. However, we as empaths, when we've come to know, right, that when we are immersed in an excruciatingly toxic environment, well, we ourselves become toxic. We become transient energy vampires, which means we become temporary energy vampires because of the environment and circumstances we are in. We are disempowered. We have no toolkit, right, in terms of energetically being able to shield ourselves, all these things that we are being strengthened through experiencing at the deepest level within our twin flame connection, right? This is why people are going to tell you that your divine masculine is nothing but a narcissist. He's nothing but a whatever energy vampire, which I do have a course. It's a simple, pretty easy course, empowering empaths, knowing narcissists, where with the twin flame twist and how it functions within the twin flame connection and what we're being shown that we need to be strengthening within ourselves through experiencing this dynamic within the connection, right? Because as empaths, you have to be the one to go, nope, you don't get to come inside this energetic circle because you are a succubus, you're an energy vampire, bye. And it doesn't matter who they are, right? They've got to go and purge themselves and clean their energetic being in order to be in your presence. And that's what it is also to be in your goddess energy, to honor your energetic space, not just as an empath, but as a freaking goddess. Okay? So he's also in the space of having to recognize that goddess. I'm cracking up. I mean, do you see it? Look. Miracles. Oh my goodness. Miracles. Okay. Oh my goodness. Because, goddess, the more you release the shit, the more this toxicity gets cleared, transmuted, released, transcended out of these lower vibrations. You align with the higher vibrational frequency of miracles. Because you're tuning into them. You're recognizing the miracle, the power within you. And he is too. Look at this. And there's the butterfly that I was seeing when the dragonfly popped up, about the change that he is in the middle of in an excruciating way. You've already come through it, especially if you're in the space of the journey of like, I'm done, I don't even want to talk to him, I just want to focus on me. I don't need to hear another word about him. I don't care if we end up together or not. You know, it's really reaching that point of, again, recognizing that you are the only one that can create and cultivate your happy life, your amazing life, your life wherein you are alive and living it to the greatest depth every moment. That is exactly what my beloved Brat Pack, and I haven't mentioned them in a momentito, they are a litter of 4 kittens who were my very first foster. They were foster fail, of course. They picked me. It was completely divinely aligned, and they, in fact, being with the rescue was part of my community service from way back when, being arrested for prostitution. And they were the reason I became a foster. But these 4 were very unique babies. They were 4 of my spirit guides who incarnated as this dynamic litter of kittens who would only be here for 9 and 10 months because they were diagnosed with the feline leukemia virus at 8 weeks old. And that is why they became foster fails. I was able to keep them all. And after, or shall I say from that incredible transition experience over 4 weeks' time, all 4 of them transitioned, all 4 of them. None of them were assisted other than this loving mommy holding them, all 4 of them, every one of them. They heard my voice singing their song. They each had a song with their name, and they taught me this. Only the width of a lifetime can know bounds, whereas the depth of a life is boundless. And currently, the narrative is focusing on this. while we are completely negating and neglecting this. Because this is what we'll remember. This is what matters. Not how long you lived, but how deep you lived while you lived. So I say again, only the width of a lifetime can know bounds, whereas the depth of a life is boundless. Goddess, you have come here to live life to the fullest. You have come here to be an example of what that looks like, to be the change in this world, to not fucking settle, because you are capable of so much. In the realm of possibility, all things are possible. And miracles, they happen all day, every day. You're a walking miracle yourself. Start recognizing that. Start respecting your own boundaries, honoring your own boundaries, especially with your divine counterpart, and especially even with those other individuals that are close in your life. Toxic is toxic. And if you're finding it challenging on exactly what your options are, how to shift, how to get out of this, I am here for you, Goddess. I offer one-on-one sessions, of course. And I'm also excited to be offering what is now the Empowered with Rachelle All Access Pass, which is my group container, you could say. It is literally access to everything that I offer that has gotten me empowered. It's a 6-month commitment, which let's just own it right now. It's been almost 2 years in March since it was supposed to be 2 weeks to slow the spread. So 6 months, things can be completely different in life, right? And that's just how it is. I know I'm not the same that I was. It'll be almost 3 years since I went to India last. And this time I'm going by myself, for myself, not for my counterpart like the first time. I'm very excited about it. I'm scared, but I'm excited, which is exactly the path I know I need to be on. And you can come along with me in so many ways, being a part of the All Access Pass. We do Zoom group coaching together. We do manifesting moon rituals, vision board experiences, goddess parties. You can get, participate in a manifesting moon ritual separately. Same with the goddess parties, but you get a much, much better deal by doing the EWR All Access Pass and have access also to my video courses, and you also get a couple affirmation stations. Again, it is my intention to bring you along this journey to be empowered with me and continue to be empowering yourself along with me. So I will put those details down below, the links to both my one-on-one sessions and my Empowered with Rachelle All Access Pass details. And I'm pretty stoked about that. That said, Goddess, oh my goodness, this was an amazing message today. I appreciate you so much. I am here for you. You can do this. You are prepared for this. Again, you have been training for this for lifetimes. That said, I will see you on my next video, or you can come find me on Instagram. I'm also on Telegram, of course. Yeah, just go to empowermentexperiences.com. That is a page of all of my links and everything you could need to know in order to, well, work with me so that you can be rising and thriving on your journey. Be really in this empowered space to say no more with these cycles and to stick with it, to stick with those changes. Because that's the big thing, is when all those landmines start popping off, Who you gonna call? Not the Ghostbusters. I just heard that little jingle in my head before. I was like, that said, dear Goddess, I appreciate you, I see you, and I remind you that the power is in your hands because it has always been inside you. Namaste.